Advised.
Australia, former colony, fond of cross-dressers, and the home of neighbours. So maybe it was inevitable that Little Britain on telly would be successful here. But what will the Aussies make of the live show? Matt Lucas and David Walliams have packed a busload of Brits, along with a truck full of wigs and dresses, and set their comedy compass to Down Under. This documentary follows their journey. And what a journey.
I want that one. See?
That is really good.
Yeah, we've got good ears.
How long are you away from England?
About 6 weeks.
Too long.
After 22 episodes and over 200 live shows, this final leg of their record-breaking tour may well be the last we see of Emily and Florence, or Andy and Lou.
I'm watching Little Britain live. Not as good as I thought it was.
And yes, we'll try and find out the answer to that question. Is this the end of Little Britain?
Town, go, 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 viewer, go.
It's 16 months since Little Britain Live opened in the UK, and now there's another opening night looming. The entire production, cast and crew, have come to the other side of the world. After a record-breaking 211 performances in the UK, the final leg of the tour begins in Melbourne, Australia.
I got a letter from a fan in Australia, and it said, please come out on tour here, because all we get is Hale and Pace coming every year, so...
While the crew are busy unpacking 5 truckloads of wigs, vomit machines, and an assortment of ladies' things, after a month off, the cast are reacquainting themselves with their lines.
Morning. Afternoon. 2 ladies on a bicycle. Not men. Definitely not men.
I think we have to talk to them a bit more here.
Yeah, we can take less for granted.
Yeah. If you say WH Smiths and they don't have it here, they wouldn't know what you mean, so I have to change it.
Let's do the time walk again.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Tom, ladies and gentlemen. You're not at all rusty there, as you can tell. But I'm prepared for a few things to fall flat that have worked in Britain, just because we will have underestimated.
It's still the world of the TV show as well.
Yeah. And you don't want to lose all your idiosyncrasies, do you? Because, I mean, it might be our Britishness and some of our British references that they actually like.
Matt and David hope to play 32 arena shows to 150,000 Australians.
We brought as much as we possibly can of the production. The reason being, it's much easier to take what you have, you know it works, and thankfully everything's gone very well. It's all here, it's all up, and we believe everything's working properly. We'll find out.
Our great failing is that we can't seem to think of anything funny without involving something incredibly complicated. Like, you know, some people come on stage, if you're Billy Connolly, you come on stage, all you need is a microphone to make people laugh. We need all this shit. Why can't we be like him?
I know, just
some real talent.
No.
This is Emily and Florence's tandem.
Should we get on? Dare we?
I think we kind of crossed a line when we started using the tandem, because I think we just thought, right, are we going to go for it? Is it just going to be like a really stupid comedy program? You don't normally see 2 transvestites like riding a tandem, do you?
As the doors open, there's a pensive mood backstage. It's the first show for over a month, and there's the added strain of Aussie script changes to remember.
You looking at my breasts?
It's pretty intense, yeah, because if you're very, very, serious about what you do, and every night on the show, if things didn't work out well, I'm kind of irritated either with myself or with whatever the failure was. because I feel it's got to be as absolutely good as it can be.
Observing them work, they are so meticulous at you know, everything. Nothing goes by that they don't have a reason for. It's a phenomenal piece of work.
Ready to roll? Yeah? Great. Here we go.
Britain, the best god-on cotton
No, please.
country in the world.
Please! Come on now, please! Please! Come on! First of all, hello, Melbourne. It's great to be here, but unfortunately, I've lost my friend.
3, 2, 1.
Oh man, I love to kick.
Well, I'm just suddenly quite nervous. I'm suddenly thinking, oh, what? Will they get it? Will they, you know? I'm having an out-of-body experience on stage. It's quite weird. I don't feel like I'm a character. I feel like I'm me saying the lines, which sounds like quite a poncy thing to say.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
I feel like as nervous as I was on the first night now. Isn't that weird? And I didn't see it coming at all. I thought, oh, we'll be fine. It's actually really quite apprehensive now that I'm doing it. Yeah. Oh, I better get on.
Ting Tong survives Matt's nerves, but out of practice, the tongue-twisting Vicky Pollard sketch inevitably comes undone.
We was all up Smiggle sniffing highlighter pens. And then Louise Farron came in, who I completely hate because she wrote this thing in the toilets about me. I don't know, I got it all wrong.
Please excuse us. We know what we're doing.
Worse.
Me giving Craig.
Oh, right, okay, all right.
You're doing very well.
Thank you very much. Anyway, this whole thing happened, but this whole other thing happened or something or nothing because we was all at McDonald's because Jade Maguire really fancies this bloke who works there called Lee Cherry, who used to go to this school, and oh my God, I've gone wrong again. That's no good, is it?
It was the other bit about Craig Herman.
What's that?
The thing about giving Craig Herman a
hand job. No, I don't want to go back.
Oh, you don't want to go back?
No,
okay.
I'm going to do the other bit.
Oh, okay. Well, you're doing very well. You're doing
thank
the
you
right
very-
bit. Okay.
He used to go to this school, and he's done the best out of everyone in his year because he's working at McDonald's, and he's done the best out of everyone because he got 2 stars in his name badge. Yeah, one for slicing gherkins and the other for mopping up piss.
A lesson for us all, I feel. So what can we take away from today? Well, I think a message of hope. Because this young lady, she's turned her life around. You're now at college doing a diploma in...
Neighbours.
And you enjoying that?
Oh my God, I will love it. It's well exciting. And last week we all went down to Ramsey Street, and I was like dead excited because I really wanted to meet Ned Parker.
And did you?
No, I just ended up getting fingered by Harold Bishop.
Thank you very much, Vicky Pollard.
Don't be giving me emails.
You're all right. Up for it, aren't they? Yeah, they're great. I know. I think we had to do it. I just fucked up Vicky Pollard. It's all right when you do it once and you acknowledge it, it's funny and you kind of do it and move on, but to do it a second time makes it look like you're ill-prepared or something. And I'm normally really good with that character. But the audience are up for it. Come in.
Oh my God, it's Tony Head.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good, we met some people in the lift today that's seen you. We saw the Prime Minister as well, they said. I think they meant you, not everyone. How are you?
Sounds fucking great, man.
Sorry?
Sounds great out there.
It's good, yeah. They're the audience are from Australia, so they sort of laugh a bit more and they're a bit louder.
They laugh a lot.
I know, it's nice, isn't it?
They like Little Britain.
And
Buoyed by the response to Act 1, Matt and David are ready to get the second half of the show underway.
Oh, now, please. That's enough, Mrs. DeVere. I suggest you leave. Please, could you go now?
It's really weird listening to the sort of the hollow tones of the show. You try and work out what on earth is going on, because this is an occasional trying to work out what sketch is what.
As the penultimate sketch arrives, the surprise appearance of a ministerial Tony Head almost proves a showstopper.
Tony Head being in the show was a treat and never anything that we would have thought could happen. And the show receives a real energy boost when Tony comes on.
Oh, I know something that will cheer you up.
Not now, please. I need to read this report before the Dalai Lama arrives.
No, it's really funny. I'm always doing it in the House of Commons bar. It's hilarious.
Sebastian, please.
Are you ready, Prime Minister?
Ready for what?
Look, Prime Minister, I'm a woman!
A homosexual gay, a friend of Dorothy. Is it really all that heinous to gobble on a penis? No, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm planning to one day because I'm gay. A big fat gay, a proper gay, the only gay.
One down, 31 to go. Little Britain isn't the only hot ticket in Melbourne. There's another show in town. No, not him. A performer who proved an inspiration.
We are going to visit an icon, a legend, somebody who we just both very much love, and that's Dame Edna.
yeah, really, for me, seeing Dame Edna back with a Vengeance show in the late 80s in London, I went to see it twice. I was still at school, and it was a moment of epiphany where I thought, that's what I want to do. I want to be on a stage doing characters.
Dame Edna shot to megastardom in 1956. As is fitting for such an institution, her 50s Melbourne home has been recreated as a major exhibition.
Oh my God.
Come into my lovely home.
Thank you so much for having us.
Lovely. Welcome.
you.
As it says on the mat.
Hello, I should introduce myself. I'm Matt.
Hello.
Nice
I'm
to meet
David.
you.
Hello, David.
How are you?
All the way from the old country. Welcome to Australia.
Thank you very much.
Are you here for the cricket or the tennis?
No, we're
We're doing a show out here. We do a show on British television called Little Britain, and it plays in Australia, and we're doing the...
Little Britain!
You know it?
I I do. It is absolutely my son Kenny's favourite show.
Right.
He never stops talking about it.
Have you seen the show?
I haven't seen the show. I haven't seen it. No, don't, please. I don't need to see it, because if I saw it, I might be disappointed.
Right.
And I would hate that. I want to love it. But come in.
Come on, okay.
Yes,
Come
thank
in.
you. Let me give you a
Help me
hand.
up.
There we are.
David,
we go.
thank you, Matthew. Just plonk myself
you
down
talk a lot
anywhere.
on-
Are you in Melbourne doing something?
We're doing 6 shows here in Melbourne.
I'm doing 2 months. 2 months. But 2 months, but in a slightly smaller theatre, I have to admit. Australia has had a strange history. I say a spooky history. We began with convicts coming here, and there were very few women. These poor chaps, they felt there was something wrong somewhere, so some of them actually dressed up as women.
Oh, God.
They did. I'm not saying they committed acts of gross immodesty with each other. I hope not. If you want to play your cards right, boys, in your show, do something like that.
We do quite a lot of...
You do?
We do a lot of dressing as
You
women.
do dressing up as ladies and things. They will love it.
Really?
They will lap it up. Let's talk about it in the kitchen.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Let's go through it. Wow.
I've done some cooking for you.
Oh,
What
thank
are
you
those
so
cakes
much.
called?
These are cakes I've made, and they're indigenous Australian cakes. The Aborigines used to eat them. These are called lamingtons. Do you like something more savoury? This is my pineapple and sausage surprise.
What's the surprise?
Now, it's the sausage, and that's the pineapple ring. It's lovely. It's not very nicely arranged. I normally embed them in mashed potato.
So you're a good cook yourself?
Well, I haven't cooked lately. My husband passed away.
I'm sorry to
He
hear that.
did. His name was Norm. I think you would have adored him. Have you ever been married?
I recently had a civil partnership.
How lovely. How beautiful.
Really?
What's her name?
It's to a man. His name's Kevin.
His name is Kevin. It's extraordinary sometimes the tests that my tolerance is put to. I've become very sophisticated. I mix in all sorts of circles, and yet somehow my shock threshold remains more or less the same. It's been so bonding and beautiful to see
Thank you very
here.
much. Thank you.
And I'm so confident about them that I'm going to send the overflow of my audience to the theatre. Oh, look, we've got an audience.
After a successful opening night, Matt and David now have promotional duties to carry out.
Okay, well, we've basically arrived here in Australia in the wonderful, wonderful position of having sold out 90% of the tour before we've opened, which is kind of exceeded our expectations. But it does mean that we've got about another 13,000 tickets to sell across Australia while we're here. So we do a little bit of promotion. Look, there's a large sign saying vinegar there.
I'll go there for all my vinegar needs, actually, while I'm in Melbourne.
Today, there's a big national radio interview with Hamish and Andy, a sort of Australian Ant and Dec.
David, there's a bit in the show where you do get naked. You reach to try, bearing in mind it's a family show, just to hide.
What, this show?
Yeah,
Right,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. Not Little Britain Live, but
I
still.
already made a joke about a shiny helmet, and now I feel like I wish I hadn't.
You grab yourself and you take yourself between your legs
That's right,
in a manner of speaking. Sometimes it's called an I am woman. There's a lot of different names for it.
A mangina, yeah.
Yep. Try not to say it. Yep. But look, has there ever been a chance where you missed, you didn't, and you were fully exposed?
Well, sometimes you can see it tucked through the other side.
Yeah.
Which is slightly embarrassing. And I only really realised that because we were watching the DVD and doing a commentary for our live DVD, and I went, "Oh my God, you can see it from the other side!" And no one had told me.
I just thought you had terrible hemorrhoids, and I wasn't going to say anything at all.
If that doesn't sell tickets, I don't know what will. Tickettech.com.
We like things to be shocking. I've always liked that in comedy. I mean, I remember being like about 12 years old and seeing the meaning of life, and seeing Mr. Creosote explode, and just thinking that was one of the best things I've ever seen. But I loved the young ones as well growing up, and that had loads of things in it that were like, I mean, one plot line of the young ones is Vivian thinks he's going to have a baby because his stomach's expanded, and it turns out it's just a giant fart, right? Now, that to me, I just thought that was hilarious, you know? So that's what you're dealing with. That's what you've got to remember, somebody who thinks that's really funny.
For Matt and David, touring isn't just about performing. There are many other duties, more interviews, endless signings, and competition winners to meet in every city.
Do you think they know Smiggle, or is it only us that know?
Hello.
Hi. Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
My name's Kath Day-Knight. This is my daughter Kim.
Hi.
Hello there.
We're the competition winners.
Yeah, we won the media backstage passes to come and see the stars
of the show. So, where are they?
Oh, it's us. We're just sort of getting into
No,
it
the
now.
ladies of Little Britain. The girls who do that.
The two ladies who
Oh, it's actually two guys who do it.
We do that.
Oh, you're not. You are joshing me.
We play.
No way,
You guys.
Jose. You're not the stars.
Yeah.
Kim. Wow, no wonder they played men so convincingly. I couldn't believe it.
Oh,
You know,
no, it's amazing.
The Lou and Andy thing, because I thought, gee,
Well,
So is this your dressing room?
This is the dressing room.
Yeah, this is the glamour.
Can we come in? Because,
Yeah,
you
of
know, we
course.
did the chicken dance
Have
at
a
the Karen
seat,
Street
or
brand.
there's some food there. Do you like food?
Are we allowed to?
Yes. Wow, look at those.
We've got some soft drinks.
Oh well, they said when we won the competition, one of the prizes was
Wine.
a wine of your choice, red or white.
Oh, okay.
I like a
We
Carbonated
can ask
myself.
someone to get it.
Can we sit down?
Of course you can.
Because they
yeah.
said we can stay as long as we like. So.
Well, we've got to get on and do the show at some point.
Oh well, don't mind us. We're used to that. That's fine. No worries.
So,
Did you fancy any of the nibbles, or?
No, not for me. I'm not eating anything.
No, Kim's stacked on the weight, as you've probably noticed.
Shut up, Mum.
She's huge at the
All
moment.
right. Where's Vicky Pollard?
I do Vicky Pollard.
Yeah,
Do your impersonation of Vicky Pollard.
Yes, but no. But oh, yes.
Doesn't it sound just like her?
Brilliant.
Yes. Vicky and Kim are so
I
similar.
want that one. See?
That is really good.
Yeah, we've got good ears.
We get a better reception here in Australia than we do in England. They seem to.
Well,
Why
you
is
know,
that?
We're a bit desperate. We're starved for entertainment. I wouldn't get too up yourself about it, David. We don't get many people touring here, so, you know.
Is that the only
we're
reason?
overly grateful.
Right. Okay.
And we're sycophants, you know. But
We find
we're not
some
so
of it-
partial to wigs and things like that, are we?
We don't like characters, people putting wigs on, pretending to be other people. Australians don't like that sort of
Right.
humour.
We probably need to get our wigs on because we're going to be on stage. And
Oh, right.
So you wear wigs.
Well, excuse the wigs.
Excuse me.
Very
It's
nice
quite
to meet
nice
you.
to meet you.
Oh, looking on. See you later.
Nice to meet you.
Hope you enjoy it.
Thank you very much for entertaining.
Anyway.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.
It's almost as if there were two people dressed as characters.
It's funny that, isn't
I
it?
know.
Who would like a lolly? Well, we got some Wiki Wall fans. We got any Wiki Wall fans?
One of the most extreme sketches in Little Britain Live involves a fading children's TV star called Des Kay and a game of hide the sausage.
Yeah, lollies, yeah, lollies, yeah. It's all you want for a minute, bloody lollies. Keep it together, Des. Okay.
Across Australia, Des will be taking audience participation to a new limit at the expense of its male youth.
Onto the stage, come on, onto the stage, come on. There we go, yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Hello there. And how old are you, Will?
18.
And how old are you, Garo?
17.
And how old are you, Daniel?
16.
Bingo.
You're a big boy for 16, aren't you, eh? That's what I'll tell the judge.
Tell me this, Daniel. Do you have a favourite colour?
Blue.
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 Oh. Come on, Taylor, relax. You're with your Uncle Des. See? See? See?
Don't look to your mum and dad, they can't help you now.
Every night, all the crew are watching the monitor and everyone's like, and laughing every night.
You hiding it? Is the sausage hidden? Or was Reese got it? Is it over there? Well, hey, give it to me, Will. Give it to me. Give it to me. Reese, what are you doing?
You just get to see someone's head going, this does not compute. I should not be fighting to cut my genitals on stage, and I paid money to come here.
We don't want to see it. Will! We don't want to see it.
Very nice. So I think that's the optimum. A glimpse of arse, simulate the buggery, and up.
Yeah, I love cruelty. It's my favourite thing in the world.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I accidentally kissed your bottom. I apologise.
It didn't start off like that. It kind of grew. You know, as I became greedy for laughs.
Did you enjoy that?
In a way.
But you've got to know the boundaries. I mean, that's funny, but if I started, you know, exposing their penis or something, it would not, I don't know, it would just be horrible then. It would just be abuse.
After 4 sold-out shows in Melbourne, it's time to move on to the next destination. Matt's very well adjusted to life on the road.
I'm quite a lazy bugger, you know. I'm quite happy just in the hotel on the internet, really. I'm like the typical Brit abroad, no tan. I could be in Magaluf reading the Daily Mail, you know, the Spanish edition, probably quite happily.
As the tour is now into its stride, there's time to play, and plenty to do in Sydney.
We're at Manly Beach, and it's a Sunday morning, and there's a race here called the Cole Classic, a swimming race. Obviously, there are a lot of people here taking it really seriously. When you swim the channel, it's just you know, it's not a race. Basically, I hate the idea of entering something I can't win. It's really annoying me. Because I'm not going to win this, and I'm really annoyed.
Oh my God.
I think it probably is a way of getting away from what must be the pressures of doing this touring and things like that. Just getting away from it. And everybody has their therapy zone. I think this might be his. If he doesn't make it, we'll get a night off. Hey, I don't know how to break the news to Matt, though. He'll be upset.
No, the competition's still on, by the way. We've got, I think we've got 2 more waves left, and on my neck we've got... Who have I got here?
It's just weird, the first time you swim in the sea in Australia, it's like a race. It's kind of odd. But I'm so used to at school, you know, like coming last and everything, like running races and stuff like that, that I have a real anxiety about entering them. But because it used to be humiliating. It used to be at school and there'd be the cross-country run and I would always be like the last 3 people or something like that. And then all the other boys who'd finished, you know, like half an hour before, they'd all get changed into their uniforms and they'd kind of jeer at you as the last people went past. So for me, sport always meant humiliation. I won it.
Yeah, of course. David Baldwin, yes, 28:31.
28:31.
What position was that? Can you tell?
In the age group.
26 in your age.
And how many in my age group? 27? 40?
Oh, no, probably
Really?
hundreds.
Hundreds?
Yes.
Yeah. You've done very well, though.
Basically, I'm some sort of superhero.
You're a legend.
Yeah.
No, yes.
A swimming legend. Not only just
Right.
comedy, the swimming as well now.
Oh, mate, you're in. I'd say Ian Thorpe.
Meanwhile, back to work and a run of 7 shows in Sydney.
So, this is a cake. So, this is a cake. Give me the cake. So, come on, please. Serious. You're very fat now. Come on, please.
For goodness sake, get your clothes.
The tour is far from over, but tonight is Tony Head's last performance. He has filming commitments in the UK.
We may well work with him again in some way, but it may be the last time we quite do Sebastian and the Prime Minister together. It was a special kind of chemistry between us, you know, and yeah, it's sad. Come on, Trouble.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
See you when we come back.
Oh, that's a nice job.
This tour could well mark the end of Little Britain. Who knows how long Sebastian will have to wait to get his man.
Thanks for coming along. Thank you.
How are you? All right?
How are you? All right?
Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming.
A Sydney map. Oh. Is there a helpline for you?
I hope so.
We're from Bournemouth. My husband dresses as Anne. Please, can you help?
Thank you.
Cheers, man. There we are.
Right.
Guys.
Cheers, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The second venue in Sydney is the largest on the Australian tour, with a capacity of 9,000 people. They played to bigger audiences in the UK, but somewhat surprisingly, the nerves have returned.
Suddenly absolutely crapping myself.
It's tense, isn't it?
Yeah.
It creeps up when you go, fucking hell.
Yeah.
Actually, in front of a hell of a lot of people.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just
I think
wasn't familiar.
I think I'm in control of what I'm doing, but I'm not entirely sure. At any moment I might forget and might just start curling into a ball on stage and start crying. Rocking and crying, going, please help me. I
Somebody
can't do this
cradle me.
anymore.
Yeah, someone cradle me, please.
After over 200 shows, inevitably there are moments on stage where Matt and David have got playful, unpredictable, or simply libelous.
Margaret! Margaret!
Yes! That wasn't the right Margaret.
Right.
No. That was a series of pissed up Aussies.
Right.
Little too much to drink in the interval, I think.
Yes.
for them.
Yeah, that's not Margaret, that's just someone up for the crack. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, yes.
You're up for crack, aren't you, Matt?
I have no idea what you're talking about. What are you...
I think we all know, Matt.
What do you mean, drugs or men's bottoms here? What are we saying?
Oh. I mean, you like to put your penis in men's bottoms. That's all I'm... Don't deny it. I've seen you do it.
Yeah, well...
Go with it.
Yeah, all right, I do. I come home and I like to put my penis in men's bottoms. Yes, I do. Yeah, I can be open about that, yeah. Unlike some.
How does everyone know but me? Oh, you suck a few cocks, you get a reputation. I don't know.
As their time in Sydney nears its end, Matt, David and some friends are venturing into the suburbs for a rare night out. There's another Little Britain show in town, and they're planning to pay a surprise visit.
It's a magical mystery tour to see a drag version of Little Britain, or a drag act that incorporates bits of Little Britain.
Which is almost what we do, isn't it?
Yeah.
It turns out they're in for a rare treat. This 30-minute show features whole Little Britain sketches cleverly edited together into a dance track.
Hi there. Hello.
Hello.
Well, we're very inconspicuous with the camera crew.
Yeah. Oh, I just dream of the day I can meet other gays who understand what it's like to be a gay. Oh, I wish there were more things for gay people to do around here. It's so lonely being the only gay in the village.
What you on about? There's loads of things to do. You just gotta look in the local paper. Now, lesbians, bisexuals, transgender. Oh, there we are. Gay section. Gay men's choir. Gay rambling society. Gay book club. Gay sex club. Gay Nation of Islam.
Not much going on, is there?
I'm here, I'm queer, get used to it.
I'm a lady. Oh, drinky poo-poo. I wouldn't normally come to a rough tavern such as this with its clientele of truck drivers and construction workers. I just stepped in from the rain. Chin-chin.
I did it because I couldn't, because I was actually busy doing 2 million hours of community service. And anyway, I couldn't have made it myself even if I'd actually wanted to, because I can't read or write, because I'm like totally dyslexic.
It's like Little Britain.
Matt.
The remix.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
How are you?
Lovely to meet you.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
How are you?
Farron or Frank.
How are you? All right.
How are you?
Nice to meet you.
Hello.
That's our blacksmith.
No, it's a great show. I think, you know.
Dress up.
How are you?
Doing?
Very well, thank you.
You know, you've put it together so brilliantly. You know, because it's something of its own. Do you know what I mean?
It was,
and,
initially, it was just supposed to have a Little Britain character walk in, say a line, and walk off again. But then I had all the dialogue in front of me, and I'm sitting there going through it all, thinking, "Fuck, I can't just use one."
But you've got bits from different sketches and put them all together, and then it's all.
A whole collection.
But with the music as well, it makes it into something really, really different.
That's great. Though. I like the padding.
I like the way that your one has padding.
My head
I said this afternoon.
I was in
If Matt came in, he'd probably say, "They've made those costumes fatter than."
No, I liked it. I liked it.
Well, also you were egg-shaped. You were sort of egg-shaped. Can you show us the costumes?
The costumes from our shows from. Yes, in here. If I don't come in.
Very nice outfit.
This is.
Oh wow!
Our costume room.
Oh
my God! It's a treasure trove, isn't it?
It is.
And that's great.
Well, Vicky, I couldn't find Kappa jackets anywhere. I went on the web to
I think
Italy
we've killed
and
off the
Spain
Kappa brand.
So I ended up having to make it out of an iron-on transfer and iron it onto.
That's great for Kenny, isn't it?
That's it.
With what's with the breasts?
Look,
breasts
it's difficult to do.
It's great.
I sat for hours trying to get the
It's fantastic though.
shapes right. Well, there must be a lot of people dressing up like the characters.
There
You
are,
must see
but
it
I
all the
don't think
time.
anybody's doing it. You see, the great thing is you've combined what you do and use a bit of what we do to create something new. You see, and I think I find that very, very flattering.
Thank you. I've got to go and do my dance thing.
Yes, you
so
do.
Have
All
a
right,
wonderful
well, good luck
time.
with the rest
Enjoy
of the
the rest
show.
of Thank you. And the rest of your trip to Australia.
Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
Keep well.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
I always find them very attractive.
What a lovely lady.
I know.
A very nice lady, wasn't it?
That's fine.
Very nice.
The tour is approaching the halfway mark, but after the delights and distractions of Melbourne and Sydney, this is where the grind begins.
Ah, Adelaide Entertainment Centre, is that where we're on? Wow, look. I never thought we'd be doing our show somewhere where there's palm trees.
It's interval time at the first show in Adelaide, and there's high spirits in the dressing room. But all that's about to change.
Very delicately painted eyebrows, aren't they?
On telly, you don't usually paint them on. You would stick them on.
I'm trying to put my bloody thing on. You pervert! I've got to put that on without showing you my knob, you dirty bastard. Piss off, you dirty bastard. This isn't relevant.
David is handed a letter from a fan who'd seen the previous night's show and failed to see the funny side of Des Kay.
No, it's a letter of complaint.
From?
But it's actually a bit serious. Somebody's saying they've been sexually molested, and I think the Des K character's too far.
Really?
Well, tell us. Dear Mr. Williams, I was shocked, dismayed and disappointed by the character Des K, whose selection of a victim and consequent molestation of the boy seemed a great joke. For me, this was not a joke. For me, it went too far. I was molested when I was very young, 3 years, and raped up the arse, to be crude. One can rationalise this as all right to expose the truth, however, and can have a downside as people laugh, think it's funny, but may give further licence to those perpetrators who think that molestation of boys, girls or adults is all right. I may be wrong. Everyone else laughed, didn't they? Who am I to judge? So it's a strong letter.
Would you reply to that?
Yeah, there is an address, actually. I suppose, you know, if it was a child, it wouldn't be funny. But because it's an adult and we're on stage, to me, there are no subjects that you can't make jokes out of. Because if you make that line, then you have to get rid of all comedy. Because you have to say that, you know, there's no point. The comedy could only do this, this, and this, and therefore you might as well not have it.
After a weekend in Adelaide, the tour heads for the Gold Coast towards subtropical Brisbane.
That's it.
Oh, it's lovely. It's like being cuddled. Oh.
Hello, Iggy. If she wants to wake up, she's more than welcome. Feel free to pet her, she's completely safe.
Where's her head? Sorry, I'm just trying to... Oh, under your arm, right.
Oh!
I thought you were doing that.
Hand raised here at Australia Zoo.
At the first night in Brisbane, a problem looms for David. It seems the boys here keep their belts fastened a little bit tighter. Des K pulls his back, and David returns to the dressing room in pain.
Just wet.
You okay?
Lying down on the floor.
I'm trying to get your back as straight as you can.
I've never really had that much before, but it's just felt it like, wow. Suddenly, like, whatever's...
I think it is.
Sort of there supporting you, it's just like goes, boom.
Is that the 5?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Anyone else would be able to just go home now, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, the show must go on, despite the best efforts of a strangely talkative Brisbane audience.
She says she doesn't think so. She says, I'm laughing because there's a woman here
There's
just
a
carrying...
woman just talking as you were saying
She's
her
just
line.
chatting to us.
Shut up, you stupid cow!
Put the camera on this woman. Is there a camera? Put the camera on this mad thing, if there's a camera. This is truly... We went to Australia Zoo today, and I think we saw you. I swear. But it was in a cage. Well, look at this thing.
Brisbane's Vicky Pollard. That's it.
After Brizzy, Little Britain Live moves on to the final stretch of the tour. Via the Australian capital of Canberra, it returns to its starting point in Melbourne, a month after their first show down under.
I went to the show last night, and Vicky was on stage, and she said, I went to Ramsay Street to see Ned, but I couldn't see Ned, but I got fingered by Harold Bishop. Well, the whole theatre just turned and looked at me. I said, yes. Just had to let it go with that. Can't win.
So it was a lie?
No.
After Vicky's earlier exploits on Ramsay Street, it's now Matt and David's turn to visit the home of Australia's most famous TV export.
Apparently, part of the reason there's security here is because people have been coming and doing antisocial things. Is that right?
I heard talk of shagging.
Oh, yes, yes. That's happened, yes. I'm sure there are a few children in this world with the first name of Ramsay.
Right.
I'm sure that's happened.
What, so people think, oh, I'd like to have a shag on like Mrs. Mangle's front lawn, that'll be a turn on?
Well, wouldn't do a thing for me, but there you go.
So there's someone in that house?
There is.
They don't mind?
No, they don't mind. No, they're our good friends.
Okay.
So these are real houses and real people.
They really
living
are. They really are.
Wow.
Forget the international success of Little Britain. Matt and David will ensure Andy and Lou's place in the annals of television history in the time-honoured tradition of the Neighbours cameo.
Well, there's some aspects of our relationship in Andy and Lou. My laziness. They're the characters that I think most sum up what we've got together. You know, they're most indicative of two people working together who've known each other for a long time, and we just kind of instinctively know what the other one's doing. Even if we haven't rehearsed something that much, we tend not to upstage each other in those characters. We just, you know, I can't see him. He's there. He can't see my face. But somehow, it just kind of works. To remind us, Andy can walk.
There's one joke which never gets talked about. It's one of my favourite ones that they do with them. Is when this moronic, monosyllabic trog sitting in this wheelchair has these moments of clarity and he's really erudite. But we never see that, because it's when Lou goes, but you said you didn't want to go to the circus because you thought it was, and then we'll do this long kind of articulate explanation of why. But I always like that joke, but no one ever seems to pick up on that.
Matthew Lucas.
Harvey Pepkin.
This is it. This is the big one. I don't.
Hello. How are you? All right? Hiya. Hiya, Matt.
Once you're in Australia, there's a few things that are very iconic for British people, aren't there? And one of, main thing is sharks and neighbours.
All right, hi there, and you, Matt. Hello.
Hi again.
How you doing? Sorry to... Hello there.
You're right, mate.
How you finding it? All right?
Yeah, all good, all good.
Excellent.
I was very aware that lots of people had had cameos in Neighbours, like Derek Nimmo and Chris Lowe out of the Pet Shop Boys. So I was quite happy to be added to that list.
And action.
Sounds fascinating.
It is. The big drug companies invest millions, but if the clinical trial goes badly, down the drain.
Do you cook?
Mm-hmm. Tea and toast. That's one of the things I miss about a relationship. There's dinner waiting for you when you walk in the door. I might be a bit old-fashioned, but I think nature designed us to do certain things well, and we should work to those strengths. Men are adept at going out and working, and women are much better at staying home and nesting.
It's a shame in a way that people probably know in Britain. You probably know it's going to be on. There'll be some sort of press that tonight's episode features on. But it'd be much better if you didn't know we were going to be on it. It would just be more, amuse me more as a sort of joke, you know.
Good evening. How are the meals? Very nice, thank you.
Fine.
Like everything I do as Lou and Andy, though, I never get to see it very well because of the glasses. So my memories of going on at Live 8 in front of hundreds of thousands of people are blurred. Do you know what? I really did enjoy it. It felt quite sort of subversive to be in, to be in it. It was very enjoyable.
Felt a bit of unfair on the actors who've seen it was.
I know, I did apologise.
So I was in there, they're doing a scene and there's something strange happening in the background, and I felt a bit, because it was quite a sort of serious scene. It wasn't like a big emotional scene, but it seemed like it was quite an intense conversation happening.
Little Britain Live has just one more week to live and heads to Western Australia and its capital, imaginatively named by its Scottish invader, Perth. backstage, thoughts are turning to home and proud parents. Unsurprisingly, Matt and David's biggest fans.
Well, on Tuesday afternoon, me and your father went down to Epsom because Clinton Cars had a Little Britain exhibition on. Like surely a display. The exhibition, there's all the things in the window. And then this woman started looking at the cards, and I told her who I was. So the image is my mum and dad taking an afternoon loitering in Clinton Cards, waiting for someone to glance at a Lou and Andy birthday card. That's my son!
But sometimes I get this. Mate, I'm in Clinton Cards in Radlett, and the Daffids, they've been reduced from $19.99 to $4.99. Do you want me to buy some?
God, isn't it?
Now, that's a positive thing to her. To me, it's Matt, your popularity is waning.
Yeah. I feel quite relieved that the tour's coming to an end. You know, I've enjoyed it because I kind of want to get back to being properly kind of creative. Because when you're on stage, you're recreating something, whereas when you're writing something, you're creating something from scratch. And I found it sometimes hard, you know, at the start of the show to think, you know, we've got to do the same lines again.
But is the end of this record-breaking live tour also the end of Little Britain?
The end of Little Britain, you know. And obviously we're reluctant to say that because we might decide one day that we might want to do some more. So that's why we don't. But I mean, there may very well never be any more series. But then you see, we might do things with the characters and people go, you said you weren't doing any more, now look at you. Oh, sorry. You know, I mean, people want to kill it off right from the start. You know, people, well, you're doing a first series, well, you can do another one. You know, yes. For the second series, obviously you're not going to do another series, are you? Yes. What? It's heresy, you're doing a third series. It's just strange.
There comes a point in your life when you have to move on, and it's done. It's done now, I think. I always say it's done, and then next week I say, guess what, we're playing Kuala Lumpur.
Here,
I mean, the weird thing was those 3 years of it being on telly went past in the blink of an eye. You know, could be the most defining moment of my life, and yet it's just sort of gone. But the thing is moving it on, and you know, the next stage.
So that's a 240-something show, and there's still an audience who are excited to come and see us.
Oh yeah, that's great.
And we still were
Although
able
we
to
didn't
come
have to
down.
come to Perth to find them.
Yes, this is true.
Well, we've come to like the absolute end of the earth.
Forget the fact that we've come to the other side of the world. There was still an audience who wanted to see us, who laughed when we hoped they would.
With their departure from Australia imminent, Matt and David are taking the time to review their reviews.
Yeah, but no, but it triumphs on stage. Oh, that's all right.
This is in the Perth paper. Anyone taking a child aged 10 or under may have some serious explaining to do, given Williams's ribald dialogue and sexual antics. I think they mean on stage. I hope they mean on stage.
They'll be out of the limelight for a while, they hope, as their immediate future lies in a bigger country than little old Britain.
What we've got going on in America is we've got this series on HBO, but we've also got a film deal. So we're working with a couple of different people. I can't quite comprehend it. It's not real to me, just because it's a dream one day you'll go and work in America, but it just kind of, I don't feel ready for it. But well, it's happening, so I might as well embrace it.
The final show must start and end early, as Matt and David are flying to Japan to promote a DVD.
It's hard to know, to sum up all your hard work, but I feel this does. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah, you know we've got to dash up afterwards, so officially we say our goodbyes now, but thank you everybody.
A reminder to everybody, we need to start the show promptly at 7:30, so if everybody can make sure we're ready to roll. Everybody.
I don't want to get too wrapped up in the emotion of it. I just think we've got a job to do. You imagine like your last show will be your best show, and that there'll be a standing ovation and everybody understands the kind of resonance and relevance still, but that will not happen.
My public want me one last time.
After performing to, well, not that far off 1 million people, the last night is indeed just like every other night. Except for one little thing.
Sorry, I did try and stop it. I couldn't stop it.
May I be the first to say bless you?
Thank you.
I quite like the feeling of starting again. And in America, there's very little awareness of us. So we'll just get judged as this new thing, and it'll be exciting to try and, make a new audience laugh.
I'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes. 20 past 9. It's been a journey, hasn't it?
It's weird when time is over, isn't it? It's nice that some lovely people have been around for the whole time. Yeah, it is nice.
Lovely to see you.
Look after yourself, yeah?
Thank you very much.
See you later down the line?
Absolutely.
Pleasure, mate.
Thank you.
Have a safe journey. Cosmo, Cosmo, you getting in? I'll think you.
Bye.
As soon as it's finished, you're on to the next thing, aren't you? You look back on it in years to come, but you don't look back on it yet. David, do you remember that last night in Perth?
When I sneezed.
You sneezed.
We've got nothing more to give. Please leave us alone.
You propose to follow us for the rest of our lives?
We've given all we can to the people of Australia.
I gave my hair.
Now we're taking our madcap humour to Japan.
So strange. Why are we going to Japan? What are they going to make of us in Japan? What'll happen is we'll get on the plane and I'll take a sleeping pill, and just as I'm drifting off, I think, I never said that line right. I've never said that line right.
God bless. The end. Goodbye.
Bye. See you.
See you later.
Take care, man. Thanks.
Cheers.